to this happy place, welcome.
Hey guys, it's Tim, and welcome to episode 84 of the Dreaming of Disney podcast. I'm with my beautiful wife, Audrey-Ann.
Yes, hello.
That is her. She is here.
I'm here.
And if you listened last week, we did something we have never done before, but recorded live in the parks when we're out and about, whether we're walking to our next thing or we're waiting in line or we're waiting for the fireworks or we're at the airport. We thought it'd be cool to record our, live in the moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so that was last week was part one of our trip, ending after our first day.
First day in
Epcot with TJ.
I don't even remember now because I'm like, okay, I know we recorded when we first got there. And then we recorded with TJ. Did we record another time?
We recorded another time in the afternoon coming back into Epcot.
Okay.
And talking about what we had planned for that day.
Okay.
We were waiting for our Guardians.
The second time.
I don't know. We're talking about this because everybody already heard about this last week. We're still in the middle of editing all this, but yeah. So now we're getting into our second day.
Yeah. Well, but this is going to be basically the rest of our trip.
It was basically the rest of our trip.
We didn't. Obviously, we are home now.
Shocker.
we were recording this. You mean shocker or spoiler? Spoiler.
Or shocker, spoiler, either one.
So we were recording this intro after the fact when we're home, because we recorded more, I think, each day, but I think there was a couple days where we didn't record that much, So
we didn't know when was going to be the end of one episode and beginning of the next.
Yeah,
so
and we didn't know how much we were going to record. We just kind of did it when we felt like it. We were like, hey, we have a minute. Let's talk about what we just did, or we feel like talking about this. Let's do it. So we didn't have anything planned out. So this episode will be the rest of the live updates from the park or airport or hotel during our trip. And then next week we will record our overall, it won't be like a recap of everything. No. That's what we've been doing with the live, when the recording in the park, but just kind of our takeaway and overall feelings of the trip and all that. So
yeah, because not getting into too much, but comparing our first trip to Disney World 2 years ago to now.
Yeah. Totally
it's very different.
Different experience. Yeah.
Totally different experience. Not just not having our kids, but just what we experience in our expectations. But anyways, we'll get into that next week. But sit back, relax, and listen to the rest of our trip in part 2 of our live recordings. Let's go on and listen. All right, good morning. Check in on our day 2. We're at Hollywood Studios.
Yes, we are.
And so started off bright and early. We got in line, 7:30?
At Hollywood Studios.
Studios.
Yeah.
Early entry was at 8. Plan was we got Genie Plus for Tower of Terror. We wanted to do that since it's different from what the version that was at California Adventure. And then we were going to rope drop Slinky Dog. Well, as we walked in, they announced that Slinky Dog was delayed. So we got in line for Toy Story Mania.
Yeah.
We did that.
Walked right on once they opened, pretty much.
Walked right on there, and then
they were still closed. We hung out a little bit because they were running it, and we were like, oh, let's hang out because we still had 30 minutes until our lightning lane for Tower of Terror, but they weren't opening, so went and did that. So We just got off of Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
Initial thoughts.
I was, when they first announced that Tower of Terror California Adventure was being rethemed to Guardians of the Galaxy,
I was not
everybody
happy.
was upset. No one was happy about it. Everybody, it's so sentimental to so many people.
Well, it was so good. It was
Yeah.
just like, no, and I didn't like Marvel coming in.
Yeah. But once it came, it's amazing.
It's
way better version.
And I remember thinking it was just the exact same movements,
Yeah.
just Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Spoiler, it's not.
It's way more intense.
And so the first time we went on it, I was like, oh my gosh, I think I like this better. Like,
Yeah.
this is so good.
Yeah.
But it's been years now, because last time we were here, we didn't do Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
So it's been years since I've been on Tower of Terror. What would that be? I don't know, 5, 6 years?
Yeah.
Maybe more?
Yeah.
I can't remember when they changed, but I will say, like, the outside and the queue for Tower of Terror in California or here, the queue here is better.
Yes.
It's bigger. It feels more like a hotel. They
Yeah.
have more room.
Yeah.
So it's really cool.
Yeah.
Just the outside of it. And so that is definitely better than Tower of Terror was in California. And again, it's been a long time since I've been on it, but it felt so much shorter.
So
And
much shorter.
it's
Even
definitely-
though, because there's a ride through part. You
Yeah,
ride
even with
through
that.
and
I mean,
yeah.
you ride through for like 5 seconds. I mean,
Yeah.
like 10
It
seconds.
wasn't
It's not
that
long,
long.
but like even with that, like it's definitely shorter than Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout.
Yeah.
But it's shorter than I remember.
Yeah.
And that could just be, again, it's been a really long time since I wrote it. But I'm like, I felt like we went up and down more.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely
I didn't even
nowhere
feel-
near as intense.
Not nearly as intense. And
Yeah.
I didn't even really get butterflies.
Yeah.
So a little like a little let down, but then
Yeah.
also happy.
Yes.
Because it means that all right, yeah, Guardians. We have
So-
Guardians. It is better.
So Disney World may have Cosmic Rewind,
They
which
do.
is the
It's-
most amazing ride.
But both Guardians rides, so
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, which is
Yeah.
here in Florida, and Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout in California, are two of the best rides
Oh yes,
ever.
for sure.
So, yeah.
Love it.
But yeah, I was a little like, wait, is that? I even said to you, I was like, are we done?
Is that it?
That's it?
Uh, so-
So I'm so curious. I'm like, was that the exact same in California? But anyways, now we got off. Slinky is open. It was a 45-minute wait. It might be
Yeah.
longer now by the time we're here, but we
Yeah.
don't have anything else to really do.
No.
And so,
It's just a half day today. We're checking into Grand Floridian today. We're walking into Toy Story Land right now.
there's Woody.
There's
so-
the end of line for Slinky Dog sign.
Let's see what the wait says.
60 minutes.
60 minutes.
All right.
Well,
we got
let's see
nothing to do.
Let's see what we do. I
Yeah.
don't know. I have to
Let's
go to the
time
bathroom.
it. So,
All right, we'll
All
check
right.
in later. We're gonna get some Woody's lunchbox. We had a Roundup Rodeo reservation,
Yeah.
but we ended up canceling that. We'd rather do that with the kids.
you don't want
and
to be
not
weighed
spend-
down.
Oh, good. It's
Free
just
spirits.
it's a little pricier,
Yeah.
and
We spent
so
a
you-
lot of money
we
yesterday
spent a
on
lot of
food
money
and drinks.
on food and drinks in Epcot.
Yeah.
And so we're like, you know what, let's not do that today. Let's wait if
Yeah.
we bring the kids back, because the boys, and Georgia would probably, get a real kick out of Roundup Rodeo. And
For sure.
even though it'd be like triple, quadruple the prices,
Yeah,
just meeting
I
you.
know,
But,
but
but
Be
yeah.
more fun.
So
right.
I think we might take some turns, go to the bathroom, get a snack while the other one waits.
Yep. Sounds good.
Get on Slinky Dog.
All right, we'll check in a bit. All right, we are day 3. Good morning from the Grand Floridian Hotel.
Hello.
We did not do much checking in yesterday. Yesterday we were kind of all over the place.
It was busy.
It was
Well, and I mean, we may have, well, no. I was going to say we may have done more on Monday, but we were in like one park yesterday.
We talked about, we just did the Tower of Terror. That's what we talked about yesterday.
And like you hear, one of the differences we noticed a couple years ago when we first came, park hopping isn't as much of a thing out here because one, the parks are spread out. Like in California, you walk, right there. It's so easy to park hop. And the parks are big. There's not as many rides in each park, but there's a lot of things to do. And like I said, they're all spread out. So park hopping isn't as easy.
Yeah.
But yesterday we did 3 parks.
Yeah.
And so we started in Hollywood Studios where we checked in. There wasn't a whole lot we wanted to do there. And so we knew we were only going to do that half day. So we checked in for Hollywood Studios and then, we were getting in line for Slinky Dog when we ended our check-in. So we waited a little over an hour.
When we passed the entrance to Slinky Dog, when we got in, the line was really long. The cast members at the end of the line with, end of line starts here. At this point, it's 60 minutes. By the time you went and got something to eat.
Yeah.
And bathroom, and then they opened up more of the queue inside. And so while you went, I went way far ahead, and I got to the point to where you get into the ride line, and they made me wait for you because the whole party had to be together.
Yeah.
And at that point, it said it was 120 minutes.
Okay, but again, one, we didn't wait that long.
No, we didn't.
But also, when I was coming back, the end of the line was just a little ahead of where we were at the end of the line when the sign said 60 minutes. And she had a sign that said, from this point, 120 minutes. So you were way ahead of that.
Yeah, I guess so.
You were way ahead of that. And so when we got in line, it was 60 minutes.
Yeah.
They opened up more of the line because if they hadn't have done that, the line would have been
down.
way down. So I kept telling you, it's not 120 minutes. It's 120 minutes from the end of the line. We're not at the end of the line.
The reason why I say that, because someone who went in front of me while I was waiting for you, they asked the cast member, how long from this point? And she said, about 2 hours.
Well, she
I
didn't
don't
know
know
what she was talking about.
if the cast member was wrong, or she just looked at the time and just said 120 minutes. I don't know. But
we waited for like an hour 10.
Hour 10.
That's 70 minutes. We had nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Like the ride, it's fun. We asked for the back. It is better from, last time we rode it. I remember being like, this is slow. It's similar to Big Thunder, where it's like when you go over hills, whatever you're going to call them, inclines. If you're in the top, you go over slow. So if you're in the back, you have the momentum. And so it's similar to that. So we requested the back. But I mean, it's like a minute and like 45 seconds or something like that.
It's just short.
It's short. So it's crazy. Short. But one thing that I was thinking about while we were in line for Slinky Dog is, so here, and I looked it up, Disney World only has one more ride. The whole Disneyland Resort, so all 4 parks, only has one more ride.
Did you say Disneyland or Disney World?
Disney World. I don't know what I said, but I meant Disney World Resort. Only has one more attraction than Disneyland. Square footage-wise, obviously, the Disneyland Resort, so including both parks, is much smaller.
Way smaller.
Way smaller. So they pack everything into these 2 parks.
Yeah.
Where here, I think, one, it's just a lot more people. And 2, I think one of the reasons the lines are so much longer is because in each park, you only have...
There's less things to do.
Yeah, they have more shows.
Yeah.
They have more...
less rides to do, I mean.
Like experiences. But yes, rides. There are less rides in each park. Not all together, but in each park.
Yeah.
So you're doing one park that day. You don't have as many rides to try to get to. And so the lines are longer. You don't have as much to do. People wait longer. I think that might have something to do because the wait times here are just so much longer.
Oh, wait. Yeah.
But it's also a lot more people.
Yeah.
So I think it's like a combination, but I don't know where I was going with that. But I mean, it's a fun ride. But then, so after that, we had our Toy Story Mania lightning lane because we had just rope dropped it.
Yeah, we did that, and then we did it again.
So we did it again.
I was trying to beat TJ's. I mean, we talked to TJ
Monday night?
couple nights ago. Met him in Epcot, and he broke the news that he is now the reigning reigning champ.
Oh, you chap.
You chap. Reigning champ of the Dapper Dads, Disney World is Awesome podcast host on Toy Story Mania.
Yeah.
250,200 points.
Very nice.
And
well done. Well done, you chap.
Yeah. And I wanted to get close. I did not. I broke 200 the second time. First time, I only got like 170 something. So, but we'll try again.
You still did the best in our car.
That's true.
So you can feel good about beating all those kids.
Yeah, that's right. Still did better when we did at Disney California Adventure a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But it is slightly different. There's certain things I was going for that wasn't on this version. So there's a couple of things, like in the Ham's egg toss is slightly different.
Ham's egg toss?
Ham's egg toss.
No, ham. Which one is that?
It's the very first one on the farm.
You're throwing eggs?
You're throwing eggs, yeah.
No, you're throwing balls, but you're hitting eggs?
No, you're throwing eggs. Because you're on the farm and you're hitting all the little critters and stuff.
Oh, I never paid attention to what it was. My favorite's the alien ring toss.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I like
It's also very frustrating because you're trying to get them.
I know.
The
I
rings
like
on the
going
thing.
slow. I always go slow on that one, so
I
that's
know.
probably where my points come down. But I just like I like trying to be precise on that.
Yeah, it's very satisfying when
Yes,
when
it's
it
like, ooh, I got it.
gets on one of them. So yeah, we did Toy Story Mania. Congrats to TJ. And then we had lunch.
Yeah, we ate at Woody's Lunchbox.
Woody's
I had
Lunchbox,
heard about the grilled
yes.
cheese. It did not disappoint.
Yeah.
It was really good. I got the tomato basil soup with it. It was good.
I got the barbecue brisket sandwich, also very good. It was a lot. And a lot of food. So that was good. So after that, we went over to Epcot because we wanted to do a couple more things that we didn't do the first night.
And we were checking into the Grand Floridian.
Yes.
And to get there, we needed to get on the monorail. And the monorail has a station outside of Epcot. So we rode the Skyliner from Hollywood Studios to Epcot. And then from Epcot, we did a few more things. I went to in France, there was some food I wanted to try. I will post about those things. If I already haven't, I may have already done it by the time this podcast drops. But
yeah, you got the orange slush drink.
Yes, a little stand in France. It was very good. And
ice cream.
Ice cream, which we ate here at this ice cream parlor. I forget what it's called, but in France the first time, but we just got like scoops. And then it was after our trip that I saw that they had this brioche. So they take a toasted brioche bun, put your choice of ice cream in it, and then
sauce.
And sauce. You can pick like chocolate, raspberry, and caramel or something. And then they, put it in almost like a panini press almost.
Yeah.
So the ice cream like melts. It was really, really good. But and surprisingly, I got a coconut white chocolate ice cream. Oh my gosh, and chocolate. Like the brioche was light. It was airy. And so you were like, I'm surprised you ate that whole thing. Like, well, you shouldn't be.
Yeah, to make it, because I didn't try it because...
You should have taken a bite.
My stomach was a little upset at that point.
That's true.
And so, but I still got ice cream. It just looked heavy. I'm like,
it looked heavier than it felt.
It didn't look appetizing to me. That just didn't, it wasn't my thing. But I'm glad you enjoyed it.
It was very good. And then that was pretty much it. We just did some shopping, looking for things for our kids. And we were in there at 1:00. So you got on the virtual queue for
we
Cosmic.
scanned in right at 1:00, just in time for me to get a virtual queue.
For Cosmic Rewind. And I was like,
Cosmic
we're
Rewind.
not coming back here this
I know.
evening.
I wanted to. God, I love that ride.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Just in case there was some chance we were in the area and we could go get it. And so at first it said that they would get called back around 5:30. I was like, okay, maybe there's a chance. And it started slowly creeping up. And then I noticed that they weren't calling any boarding passes. And then at later that afternoon, they said boarding has concluded for today. Your number won't be called. Yeah. So stinks for people who were hoping to ride it.
Yeah, if that was like their only time.
Yeah. So we.
That's where I would say, if you come to Epcot and you don't get motion sickness, and you really want to do Cosmic Rewind, and you try for the virtual queue and don't get it or whatever, it's worth
paying for.
And I don't say that often.
Do both. I say do both. If you really want to ride it, do both virtual queue and individual lightning lane. So that way, there's a chance you get to ride it twice. And if you ride it the first time, like, this is amazing, you can go again.
Well, see, if that... Well, never mind. I was going to say something that did not apply. But yeah, and I mean, we wouldn't have gotten in there by then anyway, because I think at 5:30 I was just waking up from my nap.
Yeah, so we got back around, it was like 2:30.
It was like 3. No, it was like 3:30.
Was it 3?
It was like 3:30.
Well, it was like right at 3:00 that I got the notification that our room was ready. And so we kind of moseyed on out of Epcot. We kind of slowly walked up, kind of checked some other gift shops out. Took the monorail for the first time here at Disney World. Over to it's called the Transportation and Ticketing Center, where you make the switch off from the Disney World monorail to the Express monorail, which is just the loop, the Magic Kingdom loop.
So it
does Magic Kingdom,
Grand Floridian,
Polynesian, and Contemporary resorts. And then we walked into the Grand Floridian, and oh my, was it grand.
Yes, it is.
It smells amazing here. Like, that was the first thing I noticed when I walked through the lobby. I was like, oh my gosh,
well, there's that company, the like Magic Candle.
Yeah.
That has like theme park smells, and they have a Grand Floridian one. They have a Polynesian one.
Yeah.
And other ones like Pirates of the Caribbean and stuff. But yeah, I thought about that. I was like, I wonder if I should get Tim the candle because he's liking the smell.
Yeah.
But no, it's beautiful. I'm so glad that because on our original trip in August, we were starting at a deluxe and then going down to a moderate hotel. And this time we did a value hotel first and then came to the deluxe. And I'm really glad we did it that way.
Huge jump in quality.
Right. Well, and we stayed at like one of the most value Top Century. And
which it's
not bad
it's
at all.
Not
like,
bad for a hotel.
It is clean. It would be the equivalent to like a what? Like a
Holiday Inn.
Well, but some holiday the rooms are outside.
Yeah, so it's like
door,
a motel.
Like a motel, but I don't even like saying that because that has kind of like a negative connotation, like really cheap. But it's not. It's just like it's not a Motel 6. It's much nicer than that, but it's basic. It's clean. If you're looking for like all I need, I'm going to Disney World. I just want a bed. I want a bed and a shower. Like, and it was a nice shower. Like it was totally fine. And because it's value, if you have a large family, like you could, and you need more than one room, it's like you could probably get 2 rooms there for the cheaper than probably for the less than 1 room at a deluxe, especially Grand Floridian. So like, cause there's deluxe, then moderate, then value. So the fact that it's a value, right? It's not moderate. No, yeah, it's a value. Like, it's good for value. Huge cafeteria, quick service, like on the Skyliner, like 100%, I would recommend it. Like, the only issue I had with it was the walls were really thin. So like the room next to us, we could completely hear their conversations, and I'm sure they could hear ours.
Yeah.
It wasn't like muffled, like it was clear.
Yeah.
And then because the door's outside and, you know, like late at night, like midnight, 1 o'clock, sometimes groups would be coming back and it was loud. Like it sounded like they were in a
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that I would have issue with. But other than that, like if you have a white noise app on your phone, those issues can be taken care of.
For sure.
But anyways, if you do a switch, if you do a split stay where you stay at, you know, 2 different resorts and you're changing as far as like, you know, value to moderate or moderate to deluxe or value to deluxe, end with the good.
Yes, for sure. And it was neat because, you know, Disney resorts are all connected. You know, you're inside the bubble. What was cool, because you're doing a split stay, again, it was just 2 of us. If it's with our entire family, it may have been a little bit more chaotic. But it was nice to be able to call Bell Services at Pop Century. They were able to collect our bags. We tell them that we're transferring to Grand Floridian, and the bags are here, not in the room, but they're at the Grand Floridian when we check in. And then we just call Bell Services and they bring them up. And so that way you don't have to lug.
Well, I say that's even better with a family. If it was just me and you, we have a suitcase and then a carry-on. Like,
well, I'm just mean transferring in general with.
Right.
You know,
I mean, it was still easier.
we
but
didn't
like,
have a
if
stroller
you have
with a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, but then that's even better because they're taking all your stuff.
Well, yeah. I was thinking things are always a little bit more chaotic when you have.
Yeah, you're getting all your stuff together and you have a million things.
But that's a nice little thing because you don't have to worry about how am I going to get my luggage on the monorail or the Skyliner or whatever.
They do it for you.
Just, they do it for you. It's free of charge. It doesn't cost you anything. Obviously, you know, you should tip your bellman because they do all the hard work for you.
Yeah, lifting all your luggage and
Yeah. But yeah, it was really nice. And so that way we just be able to walk into our room, call up for our luggage. It was here within a few minutes. But yeah, these rooms are beautiful.
Yeah, and like they've redone it recently, and there's Mary Poppins theme. It's one of my favorite movies. I love it so much. And so it's like little though. It's
Subtle.
Not little, subtle. Yeah, thank you. I'm like, not little.
It's similar to like the Disneyland Hotel. It's not like over the top.
Yeah.
Disney, not Mickey Mouse heads everywhere. It's it's like subtle Disney touches.
Yeah.
Which is nice. Very classy, you know, modern.
But is it classy?
Class A? What's that from?
But is it classy?
What is that from? Is it a movie or a show?
It's a show.
That's The Office.
Yeah.
Class A.
And then it's the one where Charles Minor shows up and he's wearing a tux.
Jim's wearing a tux. That's right. Oh,
And when he tells Michael, he's like, why didn't you tell me?
Why?
Oh, I hate that. Yeah, that episode's tough. And he's like, tells Michael, like, why didn't you tell me the new boss was coming in? And he's like, what? He's like, I would have changed. And he's like, what? You look great. You look dynamite or something like that. Yeah. I don't know if he says dynamite, but he says something like that.
I think he does say dynamite. But anyways, we're supposed to have a standard room. That's what we booked. Standard room. Usually that looks into the resort. So like the grounds, pool areas, things like that. But we have a nice balcony view of the lake and the monorail going by. Last
Very
night,
peaceful.
the sun was going behind the monorail, which was really cool. But all these rooms have balconies, so that's cool. You can see right outside our building. You go out, and you can see the castle
Yeah, you look
and
across.
Space Mountain.
Is it Bay Lake? No.
Yes,
Yes?
this is Bay Lake. Yes. Or Seven Seas Lagoon.
No. Or I don't know. What is it, you guys?
I don't know. We're not experts.
Well, look.
Not Disney World experts.
Or not Disney World is awesome, you guys. Okay, we don't know what we're talking about. Yeah, but the lake that on the other side of the lake is Magic Kingdom, and so yeah, you can see the castle and Space Mountain and Tron, right?
Yeah.
And
If you
so-
go a little bit farther down, you can see
Yeah, but at night you can see them. I mean, you guys, this is crazy, and I sentimentally will always choose Sleeping Beauty's castle. It's the original. I love it. Cinderella's castle
It's amazing.
is amazing. Like,
It's so
I
big.
can see why people who grew up coming here and then come to Disneyland are like, are you kidding me? Like, the Sleeping Beauty's castle, it isn't even as tall as like the shortest little like turret thing on Cinderella's castle. Like, it's
Yeah.
humongous. Like, we can see it from miles away.
Yeah.
And it's pretty incredible. It also
Yeah.
makes it, okay, well, hang on. Well, I'll say this. It makes it easier to watch the fireworks down Main Street because it's so
sure.
tall, you
Yeah.
can still see.
And they do the
some-
fireworks way up higher than
Yeah.
they do in at Disneyland in Anaheim.
But back to yesterday. So
Yes.
we came in, rested a bit because I was hitting a wall because I typically don't. I hadn't slept good the previous 3 nights. Like,
Yeah.
I had only gotten a few hours sleep, so I was like hitting a wall. Came back in, fell asleep for a bit, got ready. We were planning on going down to the boardwalk. They have, restaurants and live entertainment. There's this piano bar that we had really wanted to try or, go to. They have like dueling pianos, bang outside our door. And we had really wanted to do it. Like back in August, we were planning on doing it. We planned wrong.
Yes.
But we didn't know any better. But then once we got here, and it was honestly once TJ said yesterday when we were on his live, he was live in Magic Kingdom. Like, he was like, oh, but you guys were on the monorail when we said we were going to go to the boardwalk.
Yeah.
And then we were right before that, we had been trying to figure out how to get to the boardwalk from where we are now. Because where we were at Pop, we could take the Skyliner over to Hollywood Studios or Epcot, and from there you can walk to the boardwalk. From here, it's a little more difficult. It was going to be late. We probably weren't going to get there until like 8 or so. So I'm like, okay, what's going to stop running? We have to like take the monorail over to Magic Kingdom, then get on a bus to go to the Boardwalk Hotel, or not hotel, resort, then walk to the boardwalk, like the actual boardwalk. Then we'd have to and is that gonna, it was just getting a little complicated. I think we were just kind of done. And then we were like, we wanted to do it, but we just decided it was just a little too much for our energy levels last night.
We don't have enough time to have like a resort day. And
like a slow.
we also,
we could.
When we were
have to
planning
go into a
this,
theme park.
when we were planning this trip, it's like we also wanted to just like chill at some point.
Yeah.
Because when we first started thinking about this trip, we were like, let's just go to Florida. Let's go to like a beach or, spend a few days in Airbnb to the beach and just chill out. But we're like, who are we kidding?
We're just staying.
We're just going to go to Disney World.
Yeah.
So let's just do that. And so, so we decided, let's go into Magic Kingdom. Let's order quick service. We'll bring some food up to the room, eat, take our time. We'll go into Magic Kingdom, catch the fireworks, and see what happens after that. We got on the monorail from Grand Floridian, super easy.
It took a minute, literally. Once we got on, maybe a minute and a half, but the time because the time didn't change on my phone. I was watching.
They do security before you get onto the monorail at Grand Floridian, kind of similar to Grand Californian when you walk into California Adventure from Grand Californian. So that way you don't have to, do security once you get into the Magic Kingdom. So you're already checked. We walked right through, no problems. And then, it was about a minute. We were at Magic Kingdom, got off, scanned in. And we stood right at the end of Main Street in the town square area. Awesome fireworks show.
Yeah. Now, you're an adult. You can't see all the fireworks. You can, it's not going to ruin your life, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully it won't ruin your life if you're a kid, but it's going to feel more upsetting if you're a child.
Yeah.
So, I just ask, don't block children.
Yeah.
Don't 2 minutes after the fireworks start, walk up and stand right in front of a child.
And holding up your phone.
Or walk in front of another child to put your child on your shoulders.
Yeah.
Your child is not the only child there.
Yeah.
We have never put any of our children on our shoulders. I always try to look around, and we didn't even have, I'm not talking about my kids here because we don't have our kids. I looked around because I'm short, you guys. There's a lot of kids that are taller than me. I'm 5'2". And I couldn't see much, but I made sure I wasn't blocking any kids because it's come on, this is a big deal for them. And people walking through that just stop right in front of you and are holding up their phones to take pictures. And you're you think you're the only one who wants to get a picture of that? And it's everybody does, but it's just just be considerate. I know it's a very big pet peeve of mine. And I tend to say very loudly, oh, this kid can't see now. And I've told this story, but when we were here with the kids, and they were all much shorter than they are now. We had Boston, I think, was standing in the stroller because you're taller. So it's you were standing behind the stroller. Boston, I think, was standing up in the stroller. So you were behind him. So he wasn't blocking anyone in this way.
Yeah.
And Noah, I think, was in front of me and he couldn't see. And these teenagers who are really tall come and squeeze through. We were just in the middle of Main Street, squeeze through and stop right in front of us. And they couldn't see a thing. And these teenagers are just on their phones talking about where they're going to go next. They weren't even watching the fireworks.
Yeah.
I was so mad. And I was about to say something. I was about to ask them to move over and do that to the side so my kids could see. And then they kept walking. Yeah. But it's just so rude. It's just so rude. Just be aware of who's around you. Because it's a big deal to these, there was this little girl in front of us who was trying to see and people kept walking in front of her and her grandpa. This girl was probably, 10? Yeah. Her grandpa is trying to pick her up and he's I can't, because she couldn't see and she was too shy. They were go up there, go, there's a hole right there. But she didn't want to go away from her mom. And I was just and then they ended up leaving because she couldn't see anything. And I just, it just makes me sad.
Yeah.
I mean, not that sad. There's way sadder things, you guys.
For
I mean,
yeah, but it's disappointing.
Let's take all this, in context here. Yeah. But anyways, I went off on a tangent. I'm sorry.
So we watched fireworks.
Anyways.
And we were at the very end of Main Street. And oh my goodness, there were so many people.
Moly.
It was jam-packed. It's a holiday weekend.
Well, but yesterday was Tuesday, right?
Yeah,
yesterday,
but
Tuesday?
still, I mean, it's President's Day week.
I've heard other kids, because our kids have this week off.
Yeah.
Do we have them with us?
No.
But I hear a lot of people would be like, your kids have a week off in February? And because other kids don't. But then I've heard a few families be like, oh yeah, our kids get this whole week off. So who knows why certain schools do it, certain schools don't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And it took us, we were like, okay, let's do People Mover. We've never done People Mover.
Yeah, and I wanted to do it at night because I've seen people's reels and stuff.
Yeah. And so we went and did People. It took us a while to get down there.
Oh my goodness. It was
shoulder to shoulder
packed.
And it was just so many people.
Yeah.
There's also a marathon this weekend, this coming weekend. So there's people showing up for that. We'll be gone before then. And And we finally got to Tomorrowland, did People Mover, got some hot chocolate, kind of moseyed down by the castle. Then we did a little bit of shopping.
Yeah, we just went into some.
And then we were going to take the monorail
That's
back.
a bench.
What?
Okay, I don't know if it picked it up, but I moved this bench.
Yeah.
But I didn't. But I did this. And then I said, "Excuse me," and so I wanted to be clear.
That was the bench.
That is the bench.
So we were going to take the monorail back, but they do over the loudspeaker at the end of the fireworks saying, as a reminder, after the fireworks, our Disney World's transportation system will be greatly backed up. So we recommend you to stay in the parks, do some things, let the crowds die down for a little bit before heading back. And so that was one of the main reasons why we knew we weren't just going to go back right away. But I think we left over an hour later.
Yeah, we left at like 10.
Yeah, fireworks were at 8. And the monorail to the resorts was still pretty backed up. So we decided to take the ferry. I mean, it was, again, like, once the ferry started going, it was
short. Yeah, we had to wait a little while. There's a guy, oh my gosh.
There was a guy
in front of us who was like, for lack of a better term, because I can't think of anything right now, like hawking loogies.
Yeah.
Which is so gross.
It was just nasty.
I mean, it's a gross term and it's a gross thing to do. Like, out loud, like kept
Constantly.
going, I'm not even going to make the noise, but you guys know the noise.
Yeah.
Over and over, and then just turning and spitting.
On the floor.
Like on the ground, like in line.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even trying to hide my face. So if he would have looked at me, he would have seen how disgusted I was. And I'm like, there's one thing if you're, because I know with this cold going around, it lingers. Like I feel, you feel just kind of gunky for a while. But come on,
there's
you try to like
courtesy.
Yes. And he was just, it was so gross.
Nasty.
And I was like, okay, maybe we should walk because you can walk. It's like a 15-minute walk.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe we should just walk. Like, this guy's nasty. I can't stand in line with this guy anymore.
Yeah.
But then we got on it.
Yeah.
But,
and then we took the ferry. It was real quick, right across the lake to Grand Floridian.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was good.
And, FaceTimed our kids.
This could be an episode. We're at 33 minutes right now. This could be an episode just this conversation alone.
Wow. All right.
But we're going into, to wrap it up because we got to get ready for our day here. We're taking it easy today.
Yeah, we're going slow. We got virtual queue for Tron.
Mm-hmm. Individual lightning lane for Tron.
We also purchased it because you guys, it looks so good at night.
It looks so cool. We purchased it specifically for at night.
Yeah,
so
if you purchase, you can pick
tonight.
times. If you try for Genie or virtual queue, you don't, pick your time. But if you purchase it, you can. Mm-hmm. And then we got a lightning lane for Peter Pan because it goes quickly here. And I just want to see it. It's always one of my favorite rides, just sentimentally. I love Peter Pan. The movie, the ride, Hook, all the things. But the queue is different here.
Yeah.
Now, because we got Lightning Lane, I don't know, but like I've seen a few like reels. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's totally different. So I wanted to get that.
Yeah. Got that right away. Well, actually, it was a little bit after 7.
Yeah, because you got
I got the Tron stuff. So it wasn't until like 2:50 this afternoon, which is fine. Because we're staying at Deluxe, we get extended evening hours.
Yes.
From 11 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Yeah, so we're going to come back. We're going to nap.
We're going to nap
Check out the Enchanted Rose Lounge. Is it a lounge? Bar?
Lounge, I think.
Lounge here at the resort. And then go back in a little probably before the fireworks and then stay late.
Yeah.
So excited about that because like that's when we can try to get Mine Train because we don't want to purchase it, but we want to ride it.
Yeah.
But it's always a high wait. So we'll try to get it in the evening hours and yeah.
Yeah.
So you need to get ready.
Yes, I do.
Oh my gosh, you need to get ready, dude. Because
Oh, that's right. I didn't
just
even
called
realize
you.
the time.
I called you dude.
Yeah. It's
because
8:45.
we got boarding group 4 for Tron, which is going to be it's going to be the first group they call. That's going to be the first thing they open in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And
I guess I got to take a shower.
You still need to get ready. And but they give you an hour.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So stay tuned. Probably till next week to hear how our Magic Kingdom day goes.
Mm-hmm.
But so far, it's been a great trip.
Yes.
Looking forward to we're reaching to the crescendo of our trip here, Magic Kingdom Day. So stay tuned to see how that goes. And so, yeah, we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye. We're checking in.
We're live on Instagram right now, also recording for our podcast at the Magic Kingdom.
Yes. We are enjoying some rocking chairs in Liberty Square.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's right, best seats.
We were just having a snack here, and then we texted our friend TJ and said, good recommendation for the rocking chairs. And he was like, at this point, you guys should hang out until the parade, because the parade goes right here.
There it is.
So it starts in 7 minutes.
7 minutes.
So we've just been hanging out here for quite some time.
Yeah. Nutella waffle and from Sleepy Hollow and Nutella waffle Sleepy Hollow.
You got
pretzel,
a Mickey pretzel.
Welcome, one and all, to the Magic Kingdom. In just a few minutes, we will proudly present an enchanting celebration in the streets, our Disney Festival of Fantasy Parade. But first, please welcome our honorary Grand Marshals, the Contreras family, celebrating their honeymoon, along with the Mendoza family, from Los Angeles, California.
Oh, hey!
Hey, Californians! Woo!
Congratulations!
Repping Disneyland today.
Yes, me too. Disneyland Small World here. So much better. We didn't see, when we were here, it was during the 50th, so they had like little 50th cavalcades.
Yeah.
They didn't have this parade.
They weren't doing full parades yet.
So I'm excited because we haven't seen this.
Yeah. So
wasn't the plan, but
you know what?
we're just going with it.
We're just going with it.
We don't really have any. We don't have many plans.
We don't have many plans.
We don't have many plans.
There's one plan that I surprised Audrienne with just now. So we'll fill you in a little bit later about what that is going to be.
All right. Well, it's going to get loud in like 5 minutes. We could go live for the parade, not for the podcast, but for Instagram.
We could go live for the parade.
I don't know.
We'll see. But we did Tron Light Cycle run this morning, group boarding 4. We're the very first group called.
So fun.
It's
Are
really
we making
fun.
you sick? Give you motion sickness? It was super fun.
It was a really fun. Comparing it to Cosmic Rewind, much prefer Cosmic Rewind.
Yeah, but
It's
this one is
amazing.
fun, but less intense.
It's less intense. It's different.
Yeah.
Super fast at the beginning. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's just a different. I mean, obviously you sit different. You're like on a motorcycle and all that. The theming's great. We're doing it again tonight, around 9. We bought an individual lightning lane, so we'll be doing that later today. But right now we're just kind of taking it easy, Magic Kingdom, and
there's a lot that rides that we have at Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
So there's actually not that many things we like. Oh, I really want to do this or ride this. We do want to get on. We're going to ride Pirates just because we didn't last time, and it's a little different here.
Yep.
But like a lot of the rides are the same at Disneyland, so trying to do different things that we don't have. So
yeah. So we have Genie Plus for Pirates in about an hour, and then later this afternoon, Peter Pan, and we'll see what we do after that. We're also doing deluxe. Since we're staying at a deluxe resort, we have deluxe hours tonight, which is from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. So we'll see how long we last with that.
Not till 1 a.m.
Not till 1 a.m.
I don't know. We're gonna.
Look who it is.
Who is it?
Matt.
Oh, hello.
It's
Look what
Matt
we're doing.
from Disney World is Awesome. We're on your favorite spot, Matt.
But we're going to watch a parade now,
watching
so
the
that's a little
parade.
better, right? We're not just doing nothing.
Yes, chairs, really. Rocking chairs.
It's really nice. Just give it a chance.
Yeah. And I had a Mickey pretzel just for you. But if you're just joining us, we're waiting for the parade. And,
Which starts in 2 minutes. So
starts in 2 minutes.
It's
It's
going to
going to get
get
a
loud.
little loud. But thanks for joining, Matt. It's good to see you. Just checking in later today. Praise acceptance.
Okay,
Good.
We have your approval.
Little, we've only been sitting here for about an hour, but
No.
45 minutes.
It's been, which we were only going to stay here for a few minutes, but then TJ said you might as well just wait for the parade. So we're like, all right. Well,
Blame your dapper dad,
you're different.
TJ, for making us stay here. All right, well, you have a good day at work, Matt. We'll talk to you soon. I think we're going to get off here, too, and enjoy the parade and checking in for the podcast. So thanks for joining, and we'll fill you guys in later. Well, we're on day 3. This is our Magic
Yes.
Kingdom day. We're in evening. We're currently waiting for the fireworks right now.
Tim
It's
surprised me
It's
with
about 7:30 in the
Yeah.
evening. Fireworks are 8.
Tim surprised me with the post fireworks dessert party thing.
Yeah. So what it is, there's 2 different versions. There's the pre-party and the post-party. Pre-party is you get desserts, drinks, alcoholic drinks, sodas, hot chocolate before the fireworks, and then you're escorted into a reserved area to view the fireworks. Post is the same thing, except you go to the reserved area first, then after the fireworks, then you go get desserts and drinks and whatnot. So I thought of for our trip something that we could do, and I saw this. I thought it would be really fun, cool, and something we haven't done before. We did something similar at Disneyland.
Yeah, years ago.
That
It wasn't like a
If
great.
you look to exit the park, the exit will be down by Market Street.
We're obviously waiting for fireworks, so lots of announcements, people going by.
The Disneyland one. It wasn't a great view of the fireworks, though.
No,
So
it wasn't.
we were up
It's-
in like the lounge area in Tomorrowland, and you could see them, but it wasn't a great view. But they had like couches and blankets and games and like desserts and drinks and stuff. So it was still really cool. But this, hang
At
on.
this time, Main Street USA has reached capacity for tonight's nighttime spectacular. Happily ever after.
I wonder if you guys can hear that.
Please remain in your current location to experience tonight's fireworks presentation. Once again, Main Street USA has reached capacity for tonight's nighttime spectacular. Please remain in your current location to experience tonight's fireworks presentation. Thank you.
Like, okay, so they made that announcement a little while ago, and I'm just like, how many people is that? Because when we were here 2 years ago with the kids, Main Street was packed.
Yeah.
We were on Main Street, and we could barely see anything, and like it was packed. Last night, we were at the end of Main Street because we had just walked into the park. Or the beginning of Main Street, I guess.
Yeah.
The beginning of Main Street. And then
Town Square, yeah.
Town Square. Afterwards, walking down Main Street was insane with the amount of
Yes.
people. So I'm just like, and maybe they did make that announcement last night. We just weren't in the park, so we didn't hear it.
Maybe.
Because yesterday, Genie Plus sold out early yesterday morning. So it was obviously busy.
Yeah. It's been
But
very
it's
busy
just
today.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's great. We haven't even ridden that many rides. Like
No.
we came in, we did Tron.
Yep.
We did Pirates, and that was it. Like we
Yeah.
ate, we walked around, went back for a nap, and then came back in and had a mobile order for dinner. So we got
Starbucks,
that.
got- yeah.
Starbucks. We got the what is it? The honey
The spicy chicken and waffle from Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow, which I really liked.
It was really good.
I liked it a lot.
It was really good.
And then because we needed to check in for the post party at 7. And so then we did Monsters Laugh Floor, which was fun.
That's always fun.
They used our joke. I text our boys. I was like, hey, give me a joke. And they didn't get it back to me in time. And the one they gave me didn't make any sense. Sorry, guys. But So we used one from Big City Greens. If you know that cartoon from the Disney Channel, our boys love it. We love it. I think it's hilarious. So we used a joke from that, said it was from Cricket, who's, the main character, and they used it. But anyways, then after that, we did Carousel of Progress because we had never done that. Interesting.
It was interesting.
I did kind of like it.
Yeah, it was funny just because it's like
so
one
outdated.
of those, it's outdated and, certain ideas and,
Yeah, but the history
things,
and all
but-
that is, really interesting.
It is
and
interesting.
The technology, like progressing and all that. So I thought it was kind of neat. It's
great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
It is. And then it was time to check in. For this. So we really haven't done much, but we have the extended evening hours from 11 to 1.
Yeah.
So after this, we have like our Tron at 9. We have Peter Pan at 9, and then we have Space Mountain at like 9:30 or something.
Something like that,
We're
yeah.
going to have to let one of those go. Most likely Peter Pan.
Yeah.
We'll have to let go. But and then for the after hours, we want to get on Mine Train. What else? I can't remember. Maybe we'll try Peter Pan.
Big Thunder Mountain.
Oh yeah, Big Thunder. So hopefully we can get. I'm curious to see how it goes because it's like if you're in line, like if the wait time at park closing is an hour for Mine Train, they don't kick you out.
Yeah.
Like if the park closes at 11 and you're still in line, they finish the line.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm like, how long are we gonna wait for that? We'll see. Because I really want to do that. Because last time that was a ride that like we'd heard was kind of overrated, but we all loved.
Yeah, it was good.
So I'm curious to see if we like it as much this time. But yeah, so I'm excited. I'm a little worried because you guys, as I have previously stated, I'm short. We are in the front of the section that's reserved, but right in front of us is just, open area to everyone. And there's people standing, and of course, a man who's 6'2", 6'3",
Yeah.
stands right there,
Yeah.
right in front of me. So
We got some trash cans in front of us.
but that's why I picked. That's why I picked in front of the trash cans because I was like, no one can stand there.
Yeah.
So I can see through. So but his teenage son tried to sit on top of the trash cans, and that would completely block him.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't be
Cast
able to
members
see.
would tell him to get down.
I hope so. Because I'm like, sorry, you spent money on this, babe. I can't see a thing. Like I need to be up like on a lamppost to have a good. Well, and that's what before I knew. Like last night, I was staking out spots for where I wanted before I knew you did this.
Yeah.
Which this is nice because we didn't have to like stake out for like 3 hours.
For sure, yeah.
Because I was prepared to do that to get because anytime for the Magic Kingdom, so we've seen the fireworks 3 times here now total.
Yep.
And none of the times we have we've never had a really good spot. You guys, it never fails. It never fails. I don't get a man who's like 5'8", 5'9", standing in front of me. I get someone who is taller than Tim, and Tim is 6'1". Like it never fails.
Yeah.
Right? How long have we been married and coming to Disneyland? It happens like every time, right? Unless we could get like in the front, which I mean. When I was younger, I cared. I see the fireworks a lot. So it's a little frustrating because you're like, oh, I'm actually going to see it this time. And then last minute, someone tall comes in front of me and I'm like, man, like I need to wear like platforms.
We just need to bite the bullet, do the VIP tour so that way we get the reserved benches.
Oh my gosh. Maybe for our 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
That's not that far away.
No, it's not.
But yeah, I'm excited. I really hope that they don't totally block me. But I'm excited about the champagne and dessert. I'm hoping that running around for the after hours warms me up because I'm chilly.
Yeah.
It's not that cold. It was
not
hot.
that cold.
It was like hot in the sun.
It's 59 degrees right now.
That's it?
Yeah.
I'm just cold. Like I'm just chilly. Like well, in the sweater I'm wearing the Spirit jersey I bought here for the 50th, and it's very thin. I didn't think it through. So
those aren't really sweaters. They're just thick shirts.
I didn't think it through. I thought, oh, it's Walt Disney World. I bought it here last time, and it's not really a sweater. Anyways, that's pointless. I don't know what I'm talking about now.
But,
what time is it? Let's see.
What time is it?
We've
It's
got-
7:37. We got about 20 minutes.
23 minutes.
23 minutes until the show starts. So we'll check in probably tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't think we'll check in again tonight.
We'll check in tonight. And
We've
tomorrow
got
is
Animal Kingdom in the morning. I'm really excited. We got a Flight of Passage and Everest. So excited about those. And then
Probably another nap.
probably another, or because we might need to go down to Disney Springs. We've never checked out Disney
that's
Springs,
right.
which is like the equivalent to downtown Disney here. And we need to get either a small suitcase or a carry-on. I don't know if we've shared this already, but we were over the weight limit on our suitcase. And our airport by our house is a small airport. So the guy was like, I'll let you slide, but the bigger airports aren't going to let you. They'll, if you're 0.2 over, they're going to charge you $100. So I'd rather buy another carry-on suitcase for, $80.
Yeah.
And then we have another suitcase and then get charged.
Yep.
And we didn't have souvenirs then. And now we've gotten things for, the boys in Georgia. So we need to find a suitcase.
We need a suitcase.
But anyways, and then we'll probably come back in here for a little bit. And then we were going to watch the fireworks from our hotel because you can see.
That might be the best view.
Seriously, I mean, you won't be able to see the projections on the castle, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be awesome. I'm really excited about it because we're like right across, like we said, like it's the lake and you can see the castle in the distance. So I think it's gonna be nice. And then because the next morning we have an early breakfast and then we fly home, so I don't want to be like out late,
Yeah.
So,
All right.
anyways,
So that's what's going on. We'll keep you updated. We'll talk more about this tomorrow. And
have a
good
well,
night.
I don't know where you are, but
We don't know where you are.
Well, because for you it might be like a split second before you listen to the next clip. So
yeah, who knows when I edit this. So on to the next. See ya. We're done. This is it.
I just hit a wall.
I had a wall yesterday.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've hit several, but like, we just got to the airport, got the security, we're sitting at our gate, and I feel like I'm about to fall asleep. Like sitting here, I'm just like, oh my God.
So we didn't record anything yesterday, right? Or did we record
I
in the
don't
morning?
remember. It's all a blur.
Yeah, we didn't do much yesterday.
All the days roll into, what is it called? Blend together.
Blend together. So today is Friday. Yesterday was Thursday. Thursday morning we did Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
And the only thing we wanted to do were Flight of Passage and
Everest, yeah.
So we got an individual lightning lane for Flight of Passage. And then we wanted to do Everest first. So we go there, and it was about 25 minutes.
Yeah, because, when we first got to the park, it was down.
Yes.
And then as we were walking in, it opened up and it said 25 minutes. So we went over there and it was still 25 minutes, but a few minutes into the line, it did go up and then it went down.
It broke down, yeah.
But they told us to stay in line. They're like, it's just going to be moving slower. Your wait time's going to be longer. And it wasn't down for long. But we ended up waiting about an hour.
Yeah.
But I was okay with that. Like, we were kind of like, oh, we'll just kind of watch the wait times and see. And when it's like a little better, we'll go do it, So I was okay with waiting because I didn't get to ride it last time, really wanted to ride it. And we didn't have anything else really to do.
Yeah. We requested the front row on the ride.
Yes.
And at first, because we didn't want to look into anything. We wanted to be surprised. And usually the front row on roller coasters is usually the slowest.
Yeah, it's like people tend to want the front because you have the view, but it's like once you go up a hill, you go over that really slow because you're waiting for the rest of the cars to like catch up to you. So it was like very slow.
Yeah. But if you don't want to be spoiled about Everest, just skip ahead. But so you go on the ride, you go down like a small little hill, you go around a corner, and you start going up, and then you reach the top.
Yeah, it looks like the trek ends. Like it
Yeah.
looks like it broke off, which I had seen that on Instagram.
Me too.
And then from there, you go backwards for a little bit. And that you do like, you get whipped around because you're now technically
Now
you're in the back, you know?
Yeah.
But then even after that, you go back forwards again, and it was still good in the front. Like, 'cause
Yeah.
they've
There
got
was
a
really-
good drop.
It was a really good drop. It went pretty quick.
So yeah, that was super fun.
Yeah, that was a fun one. And the Flight Passage, we've done that before, but that was a good one.
Yeah, it's so cool. I did get a little.
Motion sickness.
I did, and I'm so sad that because I did on Remy's a little bit. Anything with the screen, I did, and I'm like, man, as I get older, like because a couple years ago I was fine on those. At least I don't remember anything. I was like, man, a few more years, am I going to be like, oh no, I can't do those rides? Like it makes me sick. I'm like, but I mean, I was fine. It was just once it was done, I was like, oof, I was a little like, just needed some water. I needed to walk it off, maybe a little gum. But it's still great. It's so good.
Yeah, because you don't really realize this, but like during the ride, it looked like you just have just one screen in front of you. But at one point, I looked around, and it's very similar to Soarin', where you have one huge screen for multiple levels of people. And in your whole room is what's moving, not so much your individual seat.
Oh, okay.
And so it's very similar, like on Soaring, you're on your glider and your individual glider is moving around and you're with a group of people, multiple different levels, and you have one big screen that you're sharing. It's similar for Flight of Passage. It's just instead of sitting in a glider, you're sitting in a seat with multiple levels of people above and below you.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's always a good one.
Yeah. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
It was a little, because you sit in it like a bike, kind of like Tron, and then
The back.
the back like comes up and it's like a harness on your back and then on the back of your legs. And mine was a little tight and I was a little like, okay. But it's fine. Yeah. It's great. Once you get moving, it's like I didn't.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's crazy how they make you feel like you're free falling when really all they're doing is just pointing you down and blowing air in your face. But you still get that same feeling. So that was cool.
And then we just did because we were debating on going to Disney Springs because we needed to buy another carry-on to take things home. But it just was going to take too long, and we were pretty tired and had other things we wanted to do. So we decided not to do that, and just I ordered from Target, and it was same day delivery, so it got delivered to our hotel. And then
it was way cheaper.
And way cheaper than anything I would have found, at Disney Springs. And then we did Tough to Be a Bug, which is fun.
Yeah.
Little show, 3 show.
That's going away.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a Zootopia show, I think.
Which I'm sure will be great.
Yeah.
And then I got some street tacos. I forget what the stand was called, but they were really good. It was right out when you get out of Tough to Be a Bug. And then we went back to the hotel and slept.
Took another nap.
Took another nap. And because we had reservations for Tony's Town Square in Magic Kingdom for dinner. And I really wanted to do Enchanted Rose, which is the bar lounge at the Grand Floridian. And so once we got up, we really wanted to go do that. And neither of us felt like Italian food.
Yeah.
So there's anything really heavy, especially for the price.
All week. And I'm just like, I just want like small snacks from now on.
So we canceled that and did Enchanted Rose. It's really cool. just a really nice theme, really pretty Beauty and the Beast paintings and stuff. I did go, because I walked out then to go back to the basin in White to get some bath salts and stuff, and bath bombs. And when I was walking over there, I saw like another room that had more like Beauty and the Beast decor. But yeah, that was nice. And then went into Magic Kingdom. We just got quick service Pecos Bill in Frontierland. And that was really good. I got a fried green tomato BLT. It was really good. Like, it's kind of interesting because everything, well, last time it was like we had the kids and we didn't know anything, and we've got another 2 years of listening to Disney World is Awesome podcast down to, get tips and things that they eat and places they like. Because at the time, I feel like all we had was chicken strips and fries.
Yeah.
Like we would just like eat what the boys had. And I remember not really liking any food, like, except with the Gaston cinnamon roll. But this time it's like everything I ate was really good.
Everything was really good.
And the first night we went to the Riviera, and that burger was like, oh my goodness, it was so good. And then I'm just trying to think what else. Everything at Epcot was really good. We went to, like, we talked about it, the Cantina. Their tacos were really good. Trying to think, what did we eat at Hollywood Studio? Woody's Lunchbox was really good.
Yep.
What did we do for dinner that night? When we went back to Grand Floridian.
We ate in the room.
Oh yeah, the quick service at the hotel. I got like a caprese sandwich. It was really like everything.
I got chicken strips.
You got chicken strips.
Really
we ate dinner in China when we were at Epcot.
Yeah, that
and
was
the
really,
orange chicken was
so
good. It was like at the perfect crispiness. Yeah, like everything. The only thing I really didn't like was that drink. The
Dom Cameroon?
No, it was Corona.
Dom Corona.
It was like a specialty secret menu drink for the Festival of Arts, and I did not like it at all.
We'll have to post that video of your
We tried it. Here's my yawn. I'm exhausted. But yeah, anyways, so we ate at Pecosville. I wanted, because our plan was just to watch fireworks from the Grand Floridian. And have an earlier night because we had to pack. We had early breakfast reservations at Kona Cafe at the Polynesian, so we just didn't want to be out late. And so all we did was, after we ate dinner, went and got a Gaston cinnamon roll.
Yep.
And then we just made our way out, went through some more gift shops, took a boat back to Grand Floridian, and
changed our clothes.
Got into some comfy clothes, got some hot chocolate at the quick service, and watched the fireworks from there, and enjoyed our cinnamon roll. And it was an awesome spot, like because they play the music.
Yep.
And you can still, like, you can't make out all of the projections, but you can still see the castle, like, changing color. And some of the projections, if you know what they are, like the tangled lanterns, which if you hear the song, you're going to figure, it must be the one. But yeah, it was awesome from the hotel. Like, when you're far away, you can see, like, different shapes in the fireworks that I didn't pick up when we were closer. So... yeah, that was awesome. If you have like little kids and if you're staying at one of the resorts where you can see the fireworks, so
Grand Floridian,
Polynesian, Contemporary. But even when we were at Pop, you couldn't see the castle, but you could see them in the air. But
you could see them a little bit.
If you're at one of the Magic Kingdom resorts and you have little kids and you don't want to mess with the mass exodus.
Oh, the crowds were insane.
After the fireworks, like, you still get an awesome view. You get the music. You can be comfortable. You can, and then just go straight up to your room and put your kids to bed.
It was so nice.
I mean, we didn't have our kids, but I was having myself to bed. No, but like, it was
really nice and different. You know, it doesn't have to be your typical like in front of the castle fireworks, but it can still be, you know, just as nice. And you don't have to mess with anyone standing in front. Oh my gosh, we didn't talk about when we had the
dessert party.
The dessert party. It's like, so there's like a sidewalk lining around this grassy area, and they tell you when you walk in, keep the sidewalks clear. So we went to the front of the grass on the edge of the sidewalk in the front because, again, I'm short. And there we were earlier. We were in there pretty early, which I wanted to be so that we could, you know, no one in front of us. Oh, we did say this because we talked about the guy in front of the trash can.
Yes.
But he came back, but he didn't stand in front of the trash can, so that was good.
That's right. We recorded while we were waiting.
We recorded while we were sitting.
Yep.
But then, as soon as the fireworks start, everybody stands up and everyone just walks up to the gate. So they're standing now on that that sidewalk.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, maybe they just wanted you to keep it clear while we were waiting, because they came in with like strollers and some wheelchairs and stuff, and they weren't saying anything, these people. Well, a group comes in and just stands in front of us right there. And you're like, do you think that I was just sitting here for the last hour and I don't want to be in the front? Like, are you kidding?
Yeah.
Like, you knew I was sitting here and you're just, it's not like I was sitting down and they stood there. We were all standing at this point and the music was playing. And first this mom comes with her kids and just stands right in front of us. And she's like, right here? Okay. And I'm like, one thing I've learned, you guys, when you go and you're watching a show, if there is a spot that's open and is like an amazing view within a half an hour of the show starting, you're not supposed to be there.
There's a reason why no one's there.
Anytime I've seen a spot where I'm like, oh my gosh, this spot is amazing, and it's like 30, 45 minutes before a show, it's always like, oh, you're not supposed to stand there. This is reserved, or they told you to move. Yeah. Always. It is not it's a too good to be true situation. Yep. It's not true. Yeah. So then I love the lady behind us because she was like, no nonsense. She was like, you're not supposed to stand there. Like, they told us not to stand on the sidewalk. And she was just like, oh, okay. So she moved over. Then another family comes in. Again, the show, like the opening when the guy is talking before it's before the music starts, but the guy is talking about like your dreams. Family comes in, multiple adults, all these kids, and just stands in front of us.
Yep. Kid on his shoulders.
Kid, like a big kid. A tall man.
They said, do not put your children on your shoulders. Yeah. The cast members told us.
In this area. A tall man with a kid who's like 7, right? This wasn't like a 2-year-old on his shoulders. And the lady behind us again, she walked up to him and told him, like, we've all been waiting here, you know, you need to move to the side. Yeah. And then she was like, I'm sorry. She said, apologize to me. She was like, and I was like, no, I love it. Go for it. And she was like, I'm rude. I'm like, no, it was awesome. She said some choice words. But
yeah, they were also that group. They were talking throughout the entire
thing,
like loudly, and
to each other, like having a conversation.
It's one thing that you go to any of the other areas to watch the fireworks, but when you are paying a premium for this spot and for this experience,
like why
talk through this entire thing to where you miss it?
Yeah.
So that really irritated me.
Yeah,
like when people just talk through things.
Well,
like that.
Like you said, like if you're doing it in any waiting area, and you're watching it for your kids, you don't really care. Like it's still kind of rude to do to other people, but like whatever. But yeah, why would you pay all this money to just for the drinks and dessert? You can go get drinks and dessert anywhere. I mean, it was really good and it was fun. I'm not saying, but I mean, like, but it was still a good view and everything. It was just like, be considerate, you guys. Like, you're gonna come in last minute. Stand in the back because you didn't take the time to wait like everybody else did. Like, I don't mind waiting for a good view when I want a good view. Sometimes I don't mind. Sometimes I'm like, I can see the fireworks from anywhere. I don't need to watch the fireworks. Like, but if I want a good view, I will wait for it. But it's like, don't come in at the last minute and stand in front of people. It's very, very inconsiderate. So, anyways, I think we'll do another episode of like our overall opinions, tips we've learned,
changed minds, opinions. That's opinions. That's what I already said. I need food and a nap.
But just to wrap this up, so this morning, or last day.
Oh, that's right. We're still talking.
We went over to the Polynesian, and we had a reservation at 7:40 this morning for Kona Cafe.
Breakfast.
For breakfast.
Obviously.
Really good. You got the Tonga toast.
Yes, which is good.
I wasn't crazy hungry. And so I just got like breakfast platters, like eggs, potatoes, bacon. We got coffee, and then we got the mimosa flight, which was good. Which was good.
One orange juice, one pineapple, and one pog.
Pog, which is like
guava, orange, passion fruit, something.
Yeah, it didn't taste much like
that
juices.
One just tasted like champagne to me, but the pineapple, I really like the pineapple.
So, and then we just explored the Polynesian for a little bit, kind of walked around. They have an amazing view.
Amazing beach area. They have all of the like Adirondack
chairs.
Adirondack chairs. Excuse me. On a beach, they have some swings, hammock. So like really peaceful and like an awesome sitting area, viewing area of the fireworks.
Yeah.
Like really, I could have sat there much longer than we did. It was like perfect weather and so yeah. So that seems like a really laid back resort and but really nice.
Yeah.
It's crazy how like the different feelings you get. I mean, it's similar, when you go to Disneyland Hotel versus Grand Californian, very, very different.
Yeah.
And then I haven't been to Pixar Place yet, but when it was Paradise Pier, very different. But this, I feel like even more so. Like Grand Floridian and Polynesian are right next to each other. Normally, you can walk. That path was closed right now for construction, but they're very, very close to each other, and just totally different vibe going. But yeah, we can talk more about that. And when in our overall recap, I'm very curious to when you listen back to these and try to edit them together, like how it's gonna go. If this is gonna be like the worst thing to listen to.
No, I think it'll be good. But yeah, so we should probably end this here and go get some food.
Yeah, get home to our babies.
Yeah.
They are. Well, I don't know about the boys. The boys probably don't care, but Georgia is missing me.
Yeah.
And I am missing her. So.
All right. Well, thanks for listening and tagging along on our trip to Walt Disney World.
Yes, we saved a highlight bubble. So if you're listening to this and you're like, oh, I really, really want to see their pictures and updates, like so bad. There's a highlight bubble. So go have fun with that.
All right. And yeah, we'll talk about, more details, certain things, hotels, experiences.
When we've gotten more sleep.
When we got more sleep and can actually say our thoughts.
Say our thoughts.
Say our thoughts. Thoughts for your thoughts. All right. Well, thanks for listening. We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.